welcome back to another The Sports Countdown video. Today, we will be covering who the Sports Countdown thinks will be winning each NFL division. And did you know that the division winner will go to the playoffs? So this is kind of important. So let's get right into it. So NFC East, obviously I have the Eagles. I think that they are more talented than the Cowboys. I will give them 11 to 12 wins. I think the Cowboys are overrated and they will only get 7 to 8. And then the Giants and Redskins won't even be in the race. Next up, we have the NFC North, which I'm taking the Packers. Now this came down to this. I was considering them or the Vikings. I think the Bears' offense is too bad. I don't think Mitch Trubisky is good at football. So it came down to the Packers or the Vikings. So who did I think would be more consistent? And I thought about it, and it came down to quarterback play. So who would you rather take if in an evenly matched teams? I think the Packers and Vikings are evenly matched. Vikings have a better defense. Packers have a little bit of a better offense. So it comes down to the quarterbacks. So Aaron Rodgers is a better option than Kirk Cousins. So that is why that pick happened. Now, next, we have the NFC South, and I'm taking the Atlanta Falcons. Now, you might say, the Sports Countdown, why would you not pick the Saints? They were really good last year. Now, here's my reasoning. I think that the Saints are going to regress this year. Every single year, a team regresses. Like I said in my previous playoff video, very rarely do the same teams make the playoffs every year. There's about a 50% rate. So I think the Saints, you got to remember, they basically had the same team. Kamara was a little bit worse the year previous, but they only won 7 games. So why can't they win 7 games again? Maybe last year was a fluke for the Saints being good, and maybe last year was a fluke for the Falcons not being elite. Now remember, this team made the Super Bowl. So like I said, I'm putting my chips in on the Falcons. Next, we have the NFC West. This is one of the more obvious ones, other than the next one, which you'll see, which you'll understand this reference in a second. But I have the Los Angeles Rams. RIP St. Louis for losing your team right when they became good, but that's neither here nor there. I am taking the Los Angeles Rams. Their only real competition in this division is the Seattle Seahawks, who have been in a constant state of retooling for the past 3 or 4, maybe even 5 years. They just don't have the talent because they've been so consistently good from all the drafts. The Rams have a great game manager in McVay. And I think we're going to get another 13-win Rams season. There's a little bit of a talk about a curse because teams who lose in the Super Bowl normally don't play as well the next season. But don't you worry, Rams fans, if you have any still left. If you're from St. Louis and you like the Rams comment. Yeah, I don't think you have anything to worry about. Jared Goff and McVay are offensive masterminds when you put the two together. Next, we have the AFC East. This one's the most obvious one, as I was talking about earlier. We have the New England Patriots winning. Really, how can the division keep getting worse and worse? The Jets and Bills are a little bit better, I suppose, but the Dolphins are tanking. Guys, the Patriots have won the division 18 of the last 19 years, and the Tom Brady has more wins at Ralph Wilson Stadium, which is the Bills, than any Bills quarterback. That is one of the craziest stats. Other than, obviously, he's 42 years old and he's still one of the top 10 quarterbacks. And on top of that, he has as many rings as the most leading franchise. And believe it or not, I'm not even a Patriots fan, and I'm giving him all this credit. He has as many wins as the leading franchise, which is the Steelers and the Packers, I think. Anyway, give me the Patriots all day. They are the highest favored team to win the division. It's going to be the Patriots. Then, AFC North. This one is the most contentious. This one will be the most crazy. It all comes down to the Ravens, Browns, and Steelers. Now, can the Steelers muster up enough talent after losing Antonio Brown and having a shaky defense to win the division, even though they didn't win it last year? They let the Ravens win it. I say yes. Juju Smith-Schuster is going to take a step forward. The Browns are a bit overrated. I think they'll be good, but I don't think they'll be as good as everybody's thinking. The Ravens have a great defense, but I think Lamar Jackson will take some steps back. Maybe not. He only had one bad playoff game, so maybe that's why everybody thinks that in their memory. But there's some MVP buzz around Ben Roethlisberger. So the Steelers are my AFC North team. I think they have another year or two window, even though they lost two of the best offensive weapons, Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown, last year. Big Ben, yeah, that's all I got to say, those two words. That's why they're going to win this division. Next, I have the AFC South. Look at that beautiful logo of the Jaguars from 2000. One of my favorites. That's a little side note. The Colts, they're out. Andrew Luck's done. They're still going to be a talented bunch. It wouldn't surprise me if they won the division. But I think it's going to be the Jaguars. The Titans, they were one game away from the playoffs last year. People are sleeping on the Titans. But the big turnoff is Ryan Tannehill and Marcus Mariota are two of the worst quarterbacks that could potentially own a starting job. I think Mariota's starting. So, like I said about the NFC North, it all comes down to the quarterbacks. So, Titans are done, even though they have Derrick Henry's good and their defense is good. And then the Texans. Why didn't I pick the Texans? Well, is Deshaun Watson that good? Is he that good? I think he is good. I think he's a little bit underrated. Or maybe he's a little bit overrated because everybody's picking the Texans. They think that they're a lock right now. We don't know about J.J. Watt's health. We don't know about how well the defense is going to play together. We don't know if the Texans even have a second receiver to go with Hopkins. Their running back's out for the year. So these are all the factors why I'm picking the Jaguars. So if you're picking the Texans, explain your case because I don't understand why they're such a lock. So Jaguars. If you comment Texans, I guarantee you I will respond too. So that's a little Easter egg. And then lastly, we have the AFC West. Obviously, I'm taking the Chiefs. How can you not? They have Patrick Mahomes. They just signed Tyreek Hill to a 3-year, $54 million extension. They signed LaShawn McCoy. They are ramping up for a Super Bowl contending season. Now, are they a bit overrated because they were one overtime away from making the Super Bowl? Perhaps. But they're also one of the most talented teams. Will Sammy Watkins, he's a big X factor for this team. Will he bring them over the hump to get past the Patriots? Maybe the Patriots and Chiefs won't even be this good. Like I said, there's a lot of regression. But I don't think that the Chargers have what it takes to overcome them. And the Raiders and the Broncos. Broncos have a good defense, but come on, Joe Flacco. And the Raiders, no. So that is who I'm picking. So to recap, it is going to be the Chiefs, the Jaguars, the Steelers, the Patriots, the Rams, the Falcons, the Packers, and the Eagles. So if you have any disagreements or agreements, let me know in the comment section and I will respond to every comment of this video. I want to hear who you guys think are going to win these divisions and make the playoffs. I just want to make this video before the season started, even though the Bears and Packers played last night. I want to get that in. So these are my division winners. These 8 teams will be making the playoffs. And aside from that, I thank you for watching.